So good afternoon. This is going to be my first video, and the idea is to show you how simple it is to make some waterproof matches. You don't have to buy everything that you see on any of the lists that are available. And what you will need for this exercise, in the version that I'm going to show you now, is one candle, which I have in a holder for safety's sake, and it's easier to work with, and as many matches that you need for your survival kit. If you're making more than one, you'll need somewhat more than one or two matches. So having your candle burn for a minute or 5 before you start gives you a pool of wax at the top of the candle, and I'm going to zoom in for a moment so that you can have a picture of what it looks like. So you can't really see the actual pool, but you can see there's a concave in the top of the candle, which is where the liquid wax collects. Okay, so now the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to zoom in so that you can get a close-up view. There we go. So you take your match and you want a fair portion of it to be covered with the wax. So to start with, carefully, so that you don't ignite the match, you dip the match in the wax and then gradually roll it further and further onto the candle. Now, having this holder here, it's quite easy to have a hand free, and I'll place them on the side. And when you place them on the side, I've got a glass plate so that nothing gets spilled onto the tablecloth, and also nothing sticks to the glass. So the glass has got an overhang much like this piece of wood here, and I'm just letting them hang over the glass like this. I'll give you a picture of it as soon as we finished it all. So you simply turn the wax head and then slide the match up further and further through the wax, rolling it all the time so that you can get a good layer of wax onto the match. And you do this until you have sufficient matches for your needs. If you get a particularly big blob, carefully wipe it through the flame so that it melts, but don't leave it too long, because you'll have a nice burning match in your hand. Like that. So now I've got my 6 matches, 5 of which have now been completed. And you might find that you use up the wax on the candle faster than what it melts, so you just need to sometimes wait a few minutes. Like this one is not done properly. I'll have to wait a few minutes and we'll get back to it. Now, just to show you what the matches are like, how I've left them to dry. And there you have them. All the heads hanging out over the piece of glass. You can put down a pencil or anything like that to lean them on to save the matches from sticking to whatever surface you're working on. And that is as simple as it is to make your matches. I again have a little bit of a pool here, so I can finish these, or this one. And that is that. Now when you put them into a holder, I would use a little tablet bottle or something like that, bearing in mind you want to keep it as small as possible, and it also helps to keep it dry. But if the matches get very hot, they are going to stick together, which is not critical, because you can pull them apart. Now when you want to use the match, you simply take the match, and let me zoom out again. You simply take the match, scratch the head with your nail to take some of the wax off, and then it lights quite simply. And it lasts a bit longer to light your fire with. It doesn't blow out so easily, etc. So there you have it, the simple and cheap way to make waterproof matches without spending a fortune and waiting weeks for them to come in the post. Until the next video, cheers.